So whenever I talk to workers, I want them to appreciate that work is not a curse. If this facility was not here, how would it look? Very different, isn't it? And you can see the imagination of the architect, the builders. So work is not a punishment that we receive. Work adds value. And it also makes movement, services easy and better. So work is not a punishment. Actually, work is something that we should all embrace. We need to give our best so that the companies or organizations that we serve don't suffer any loss. Now, from verse 3, it distinguishes Daniel. In fact, it uses the word, then this Daniel became distinguished. So what did he do? He distinguished. Who distinguishes you? Nobody distinguishes us. What do? We distinguish ourselves. Did you hear that? It is a human skill to set yourself a different standard, a different skill. In other words, if Parapet were put together, would you stand out? That's another word. Standing out, being different. My prayer for each one of us is to distinguish ourselves. If there is anything I would like you to pray for, is to ask God to give you what? An excellent spirit. Now, the first one was that Parapet, and we are using Parapet here as an example, will not suffer any loss. Number 2, distinguish yourself. Be different. Number 3, Lord, give me a spirit of excellence. The younger generation now are looking at work as a problem. It's something they got to milk. And that's why there's a lot of hopping from one job to another. The older generation of our fathers worked very hard and added a lot of value. May God help us to create a culture in our companies that glorifies God, but also adds value to those that work there. That is my prayer for you. And you can imagine Parapet, but also other companies taking up, churches, wherever, a spirit of excellence. Collected together, we make a great country where there is a standard of everything that we do.
One of my core values, and it's also a core value in my business, is dignification. I greet the people who open the gate for me. I honor them. There was a person who went to a construction site and he found 3 fundis. He asked fundi number 1, what are you doing? I am laying bricks. Then he asked fundi number 2, what are you doing? I am building a wall. And he moved on to fundi number 3 and asked, what are you doing? I am building a cathedral for the Almighty. The power of the mindset. My challenge to you and to me today is to be like that bricklayer. Martin Luther said this: if a man is called a street sweeper, he should sweep that street like Michelangelo painted, like a Beethoven composed music. He should sweep it so well that the heavenly hosts and we on earth will pause and say, here was a street sweeper who did his job well. As a steward, do your job so well. Do it like Eliud Kipchoge preparing to run the next marathon. Do it like Ferdinand Omanyala preparing to run for the next 100 meters. Do it so well that the heavenly host and your clients and your boss, if they come to that location, will see it and say, here works a steward who does his job excellently. God bless you.
When I started my journey with Parapet, we first met through Director Harry Mugo and Alex. And the bigger conversation started when we were at a Rotary International Convention on how we can work together to take Parapet to Uganda. Today, Parapet in Uganda, I can tell you it is less than 10 years, but it is blossoming and growing. But that vision started from Kenya and the quality and brand which was built from here. As a team, we should never tire. Our job, like they said, is not about washing, it is cleaning.
The idea at the heart of Thanksgiving celebrations is that we pause to take time to fully appreciate and acknowledge all that is good in our lives. For instance, our colleagues who are here, our families, our friends, our homes, and the means to sustain ourselves. And that is Parapet for us today.
We've had people who have been with Parapet for so long, 25 years, 24 years, above 20, above 15. And that's a good thing. And today we felt, being a Thanksgiving Day, it's important that we acknowledge and tell them as a company, we really appreciate what they're doing for the company, and to encourage others, like myself, who are 2 months into the company, that it's a place you can grow in.
In those years, cleaning mainly was a bucket of water, soap, and a mop. So government had a lot of employees who are doing that. 25 years, and when I see all the cleaning, the competition and what, I see I'm part of that because I woke people up.
The Parapet brand was an evolution that really was born out of commitment and a desire to see change in how we go about hospitality and housekeeping. We are always exploring new ways to be able to respond to the customer's needs. Our focus and our mission still remains that of being an African-led business, with our future plans now coming out that we'll be able to move into countries all over the East Africa region. And Parapet, I'm proud to say, has been that authentic in driving that agenda. Growing a 25-year-old business is no walk in the park.